people? Welcome to my second vlog. If you don't know me, my name is Raluca. I'm a professional pianist. If you're here for music content, check out all of these other things because in this video I'm simply going to talk about myself. But if you're already familiar with my music and you want to get to know me better, watch this video until the end because in this video I'm going to tell you 10 things that I was shocked to discover or rediscover because I grew up like that when I returned to Romania this summer. So if you don't know me, I grew up in Romania until I went to college in the United States, and then I've been living in the United States for 10 years. I tried to visit Romania as often as I could during that time, but for the past 2 years I was not able to because of #pandemic. The last year my flight was canceled, so this year we were finally able to return, me and my husband. Now, I come back to Romania, and then I encounter some technical difficulties. Let's talk about them. First, your phone runs out of juice, and then you're like, oh great, let's charge the phone. But this and this cannot talk to each other. So if you are planning a trip to Europe anytime soon, make sure that you bring one of these handy little things. Yeah, you put your American plug through here, and then it all goes in there. Boom, now I can charge my phone. The second thing that I was shocked to rediscover about my home country / home continent, because this is pretty much everywhere in Europe. Whoops, shut up, piano. Water's not free. So if you've lived in America all your life and you're used to going to a restaurant and say, no drinks for me, just water, and they bring you tap water, right? And you're not charged for it. That's not the case in Europe. Or in Romania, if you go to a restaurant and you ask for water, you will be charged for that water because they don't do tap water here. They only do bottled water. Third thing that I was shocked to rediscover about my home country, my name is not unique anymore. I'm so used to being the only Raluca within a huge radius where I'm from in America, but here in Romania, Raluca is probably the second most common name after Mary. So there's that. When someone speaks of a Raluca, it does not necessarily mean they're speaking about me. If I see Raluca on a billboard, that's not me. Not yet, anyway. I hope someday it will be about me. But Raluca is a very common name here, and I no longer feel special. Fourth thing that I was shocked to rediscover about Romania, smoking is still a thing here. I was just walking down the street, people were smoking, and I was like, I missed that smell? And I'm also annoyed by it. It's such a weird feeling because I grew up, okay, my family, we're not a family of smokers. My parents and I never smoked. But a lot of my friends back in school, they started smoking at an early age. So I was very used to being among smokers. And I would come home with my clothes smelling like smoke because I was hanging out with other people who smoked. But in America, at least in the area where I live, I don't know anyone who smokes. So coming back to Romania and sensing that on the street or on the bus, even though you're not allowed to smoke on the bus, people still smell like it. That was both nostalgic and annoying at the same time. That was very weird. The fifth thing, if you go to a restaurant and you order a pizza, you are expected to eat it all by yourself. Pizza is not for share here. Now, in America, you go to a party and you're like, yo, let's order a pizza for everyone. How many people are here? 8 people? That's 2 pizzas. Let's do it. Not here. You each get your own pizza. And you will eat it, and you will be happy with it. A European pizza is not thick, it's not like Chicago style, and it's not as big as a wheel, right? A European-sized pizza is about this large, and it's very thin. It's very easy for one person to finish a pizza. But that was, again, something that I had to adjust to coming back to my home country. I can eat a whole pizza by myself. After a few days of living with my mother, my husband and I were like, okay, we gotta do laundry now. So we did the laundry, we put our clothes in the washer, then the washer beeped, it was done, then we realized we didn't have a dryer because that's not a thing in Romania. I don't know about the other European countries, but in Romanian households, you just hang your clothes on your balcony with strings from one end to the other, and you hang your clothes. I'm sure you've seen this in Italian movies. They have a string from one apartment to the other apartment across the street. We don't do that here in Romania, but you get the idea. We still don't have dryers to this day. And I think the reason for that is a lot of these apartments are small, and you can't fit another appliance. And also, we don't have this idea of a laundry room. You fit the washer somewhere in the bathroom, and they're usually smaller washers. Because the washer's already taking up so much space in the bathroom, there's really no way to fit a dryer in there also. So that was something for us to adjust to. We do the laundry, but you can't expect to wear the same clothes that same day. You have to plan ahead. I'm like, if I want to wear this t-shirt again, I have to wash it today so I can wear it in 2 days after it's air dried out on the balcony. So that's been something I had to readjust to. My favorite thing that I was like, this is so healing for my soul, especially after a whole year of restrictions. The city nightlife. I did not find this anywhere in America. I've been to a lot of places in America and I could not find it anywhere else. I think it's probably a European thing. So tell me in comments if you think this is a strictly European thing or whether I can find it somewhere in America and then I will go there. The city nightlife in Europe. Cities come to life after 6 o'clock p.m. You will find a few tourists during the day, but after 6, when everyone gets out of work, people don't just head home. If they head home to change their clothes, okay, but then they head into the city. And that's where everyone is at night. You know, until way after midnight, parents with their young children and with their dogs and with their grandmas, everyone goes out at night and just walks around in circles in a downtown area. And there are terraces, especially in the summer. So last night we were sitting at a terrace. I was eating my individual pizza. My husband was eating whatever he was eating. And just watching hundreds of people, thousands of people just walking aimlessly. I'm like, I missed this so much. That was really therapeutic for me, especially after a whole year of restrictions. I love the European nightlife. It's so energetic and invigorating, and it makes you want to stay up all night. I'm a night owl. My husband is not. We had to come home early. Oh, if you're an American and you're gonna rent a car in Romania or anywhere in Europe, please do not make right turns unless you are explicitly allowed to do so. So for my European watchers, in America, unless it is forbidden, you are allowed to turn right at any intersection while the light shows red. So if you just have a red circle with no other indicators, such as no right turn on red, you are allowed to turn right. You just look around, no cars coming, you can turn right. In Europe, it is the opposite. You can only turn right when it is allowed to do so. So you either have a flashing green arrow that says you may always turn right here so long as this light is flashing. But if you don't have the flashing green light and you just have the 3 circles, you stay in your car and you wait until it's green and then you can turn right. I was tempted the other day to turn right in Romania on a red light, and then I had to remember, oh no, I can't do that here. Oh, almost got myself a ticket. Readjust, Raluca, readjust your thinking. You are not in America anymore. However, if you want to avoid not knowing the little small details, the differences between American driving and Romanian driving, you can always take the bus everywhere. In every European city, you will have an amazing public transportation system. Because our cities are so small, they were built like, 1,000 years ago, and then you just pile things up on top of the old city, right? We are very crowded. Because of that, we don't have a lot of public parking. We don't. And it costs money. America is lucky because it's a young country and all the cities were built with parking in mind. So a lot of cities will have very large areas dedicated just for parking. You don't get that in Europe because our cities have, centuries of ancient history where you didn't need cars. And now what do? I'll tell you what you do. You get yourself a bus pass and you take the bus everywhere you go and then you avoid having to find parking or paying for parking. And the bus is so cheap. Like we paid $20 each for a month of public transportation and we can take any bus anytime. And the system is so well put together that the buses are almost always on time and they can take you anywhere you need to go within the city. It's amazing. We still have a car for, transporting large amounts of stuff. So my husband likes to do home improvement. If we're going to go to the Romanian version of Home Depot, it's best to go by car than by bus. We're going to keep the car for those moments. But any other times we just feel like going into the city, on the bus. Yeah, no, I don't want to deal with finding parking in Brasov. Speaking of cars, if you are American and you're planning a visit to Romania, and you're going to rent a car here, expect it to be manual. You better learn to drive a manual before you come here, because you don't want to learn it in the middle of a roundabout intersection and your engine is gonna die, and then you're gonna block the whole traffic and everyone's gonna go, who are you? What are you doing here? Get out of my way. Learn to drive a manual before renting a car in Europe. And just a bonus advice, we don't have regular gas, because here regular can mean either gas or diesel. So if you rent a car, you must ask whoever's giving you the car, is this gas or diesel? Because you go to the gas station and if you don't know that, and you just assume that it's regular gas, you're gonna get in big trouble and your car is gonna break. My car is diesel. And I told my dad, hey dad, where's the nearest gas station? I need to get gas. And he said, please don't get gas. And I'm like, why not? My car is empty. He's like, get diesel. I'm like, oh yeah. Silly me. It's the same car I drove in high school. But, because I've spent most of my adult life in America, I forgot that I had to get diesel instead of gas. So these were my 10 things that I had to readjust to as a native Romanian who currently resides in the United States. I had to readjust to these 10 things, and I'm sure I'll find a lot more during my stay here, because we're here for a few more weeks. There will probably be a few of these videos left for me to do. I haven't even started on the Romanian bureaucracy when it came to officializing our marriage with the Romanian government. Don't get me started. Well, if you liked this kind of a vlog, please let me know in comments below. Let me know what questions you may have about living in Europe, living in Romania. Do you want to visit? I can give you tips what to do when you come visit. Come visit me! I'm here for another month. If you've lived in other countries before and you have other insights, please let me know. I'm curious to learn about what other countries might do things differently. Like, I know the outlet thing is different in Britain and in Italy than it is in the rest of Europe. And since I'm a professional musician, I don't do the vlogs regularly. I do music videos regularly. Please check out my music videos and let me know what music you'd like me to play. And thank you so much for watching. It's been really fun sitting here and talking to you about my home country. All right, see you later.